Thank you for joining me on the channel, Mazarov Tarot. This is going to be a part 2 for the reason that I just put up. Look, Mom, it's a butterfly. Your heart will be judged. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be really, really short. I just kind of wanted to tie everything together, and it's going to be connected to my book of not my book of Revelation, the book of Revelation, and the reading that I have out where I'm talking about that, and it's titled "The Skeleton Key." Admit that you're dead, so on and so forth. So I was talking about the rib cage at the beginning, with God and Adam and Eve, but Adam was put in this state of rest, and when he was put in this state of rest, death, or sleep, it wasn't forever sleep, because he was still walking with God, and he hadn't technically, the flesh hadn't technically disobeyed God. But when God opened up the cage, the rib, and the heart, his love, the woman, the heart came out, it was free. And while it was free, it was revealed that the heart was tempted. And the heart, or Eve, was judged. And the heart was, and the man, dead or alive, whatever, was pushed out. And when he was pushed out with a job to do still. But he just no longer served God. He no longer served God. He would have served himself, or he would have served the devil, because his heart was intertwined with evil, or knowledge, or wanting to know more, or something. But the heart was judged. Now, why I'm tying it to Revelation is because in Revelation, Jesus was labeled the firstborn from the dead. Now, why I'm saying that is because Jesus wanted to be flesh of flesh, blood of blood. The image that I was seeing is the hearts, where Jesus is one with his heart. And but it's like he would have also, being a man, went through that process of being dead, getting judged, and but that process of having a heart weighed, or the heart judged, is Egyptian. And the deity that would take your heart out of your chest would be Anubis. It's a dog type of energy. Some Muslims or Middle Eastern might be familiar with that energy, and of course Egyptians. I wanted to talk about a dream that I had, because I just feel inclined to talk about it. It's really late, and everything that I wanted to say, my brain is kind of all over the place, so I want to get into this dream. It was so weird because I was at like a Job Corps, if you will, or a corporation, but it was a school, but it kind of was like a halfway house, but it wasn't, because it was much longer. It was much larger. But at that school, I was like a young mom, and I had a small child with me. And I remember that I had enough money, and I talked about this on my previous channel, Key Tarot, but something happened, and I'm not able to log in anymore to that account. But nonetheless, if I still had access, I would show that this is something that, whatever. And I was younger but I had on my phone, I had enough money to order me something to eat and to catch an Uber. And I had called, like, text the Uber app to place an order for my Uber, and then I had ordered some food. And I had a small child, and class was out, and I was trying to go home with my small child. And it was so weird because I was saying goodbye to all my teachers and everything like this, everything like that. And a man came in with his partner and her mother, and his name was Solomon. And even though I was there, I stayed there with them. I went through all the courses and all the classes. I did all the work. Solomon had got all the love and admiration for all the women. And his girlfriend, Rebecca, she had got all the love and admiration. And Rebecca's mother, I believe her name was Rebecca or Rachel, I can't remember, but it was definitely our name. She got all the recognition because she had did something to her hair where it was like these little curl ringlets and everything. But he was like riding his damn motorcycle, but it doesn't even matter. But because the teachers and everything was paying attention to him, and I was focusing on trying to say goodbye to all my teachers and trying to make sure my food came, I did not realize that I had missed my damn Uber. So, because the teachers was in such a good mood and they was acting like they supported me or that they were happy for me or, happy for me to come say goodbye, whatever, I thought that one of my teachers were going to be able to help me. So I remember going to the front desk at this university homeschool place, whatever, and asking this black woman, this heavyset black woman, like, can you help me? And she was like, no. She was ready to go home. And I remember asking this white teacher on the second floor, can you help me? And she was like, no, I can't do it. But they were so up Solomon's ass. And I can't recall how it is that I made a way. But I made a way. And I got to the destination, or I was on the front porch of said location that I was already at. I just ended up outside, essentially, of a house or home. And it was by a highway. And the highway was kind of higher up. So there was like this wall, if you will, but it was like cars and things like that were going across the wall. And if you ever seen a highway like that, if you ever live close to a highway and it's not completely flat, it's like, And I remember I was sitting on a porch in this rocking chair. I was sitting on a porch, and it was actually my seat to sit on said porch in a rocking chair. It was my seat. And I was kind of like watching over everybody. But Solomon and his girlfriend, it was so weird. They had showed up on that said motorcycle, and he had crashed the hell out on his motorcycle. And I remember that I had got up out of my seat, and I went to check on Solomon. And because he had crashed out. And the thing that was so weird is Rebecca and her mother were shapeshifters. They could change their shape into animals or dogs. And they had did that. And I remember I was there with him. And I didn't want to be there with him, but I was initially concerned, just out the goodness of my heart, like, what's going on with you? What happened? Da, 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 da. And he was surrounded by all these damn dogs. And there was this white man with white hair, looking like Santa Claus, that came out of nowhere and decided that he was going to sit in my damn seat. And I remember being so bothered because it was my seat. And not only was it my seat, it was like people kind of respected, because I was a young black girl with a little black baby. They respected seeing that white man with that white hair sitting in my seat more than me. And the women, especially white women, black women, educated women, they aligned themselves more or loved Solomon more, who was not there did not learn their lessons, did not know anything about them, did not know. He just showed up with his woman and her mother and expected them to be admired for their beauty, but they were not even the same kind of woman, a woman at all, and would leave him. They represented death, a Scorpio. I just don't know what it is. But I remember telling that white man, like, you need to get the hell out of my seat. And he did not want to get out of my seat. And nobody had my back in that scenario. What lighter is right behind my hand? All my lighters, you guys, has went out. My lighter, I didn't know lighter. Oh, yeah, my lighter went out. What did I say that on? Heads will roll. Heads will roll. But is there anything else that I want to talk about really quickly? This reading is kind of going to be all over the place. Let me see. Ew, no. I'm kind of sleepy. That's all I got for you guys for the moment being. I will be back tomorrow with some content. Godspeed. God bless. Bye.